Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the BDE Sports Talk Podcast, where we give you the latest scoop in the world of sports in the great state of Michigan and the great city of Detroit. This week, we talk Lions news, the Pistons chase for 16, our new Tigers weekly update, and, of course, the Red Wings weekly update as well. I am Bill, one of three brothers, and with me, as always, are the co-hosts, the D&E of the BDE, Dean and Eddie. Fellas, new digs for 2/3 of us. How you guys doing?
Good. I got company here though. Yeah, got old Matt Stafford in the background.
I thought that was JMO.
It can be. His face is covered up. It could be anybody.
The real number 9.
Yeah, the real number 9. Yeah,
doing good, man. In the same digs. You know, I'm not part of that 2/3, so I'm just same old place.
Well, yep, I did also move this weekend. I am the second third. by deduction, I guess it is me. But yeah, we moved this weekend and had family help us, and it made my heart full. But you know what also was full this weekend?
Your belly.
My tum-tum. From the amazing food Dean and I had at Adobo Boy this weekend. Adobo Boy, the official sponsor of the BD Sports Talk podcast. As you know, us three are proud Filipinos, and we also love a good Filipino meal. Adobo Boy delivers just that with their amazing food and vibes that are unmatched in the food industry. Dean and I recently witnessed these two factual statements when last weekend when we went to Adobo Boy. What an awesome time that was, huh, Dean?
Yeah, dined like kings.
Kings.
Pinot Kings.
And you know what? It made us feel right at home, and that's because of Ace and Jackie. The food was amazing. Not only do they have delicious food, they also go against the grain of a traditional restaurant and tinker with their menu to bring you an amazing variety of Filipino cuisine. Their menu rotates weekly, so there's always a reason to come back to try more authentic Filipino food. But one dish you can always count on, and boy, did we count on that this weekend, is that Red's Pork Adobo Bowl. Iconic Filipino dish, iconic Adobo Boy dish, iconic BD Sports Talk podcast dish. Adobo Dean, how was that delicious bowl?
Oh, it was fantastic. Better than how I'd even describe it, because it's a tender pork braised in soy sauce and vinegar. It's also kind of sweet too. Like it might sound salty or vinegary, but it's actually kind of sweet as well. But it comes on a bed of rice with cucumber and a papaya salad or Jackie's achara. Once again, I did exactly as Ace recommended, and I ate everything separately. But it's definitely worth getting two to mix one up and try it for yourself, no doubt.
Yeah, I did not do that. I went against the grain on that and mixed it all up. They had lumpia. They had lumpia up in there.
How'd you like the mix?
I love it. I love it. I'm a mixer. I'm a mixer guy.
I think Eddie's a mixer.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's a mixer guy as well.
Big mixer.
Oh man.
Big mixer.
Yeah, I mean, it was so good. Eddie, you're gonna have to get up there soon.
Can't wait.
Ace was asking about you. He's like, Dean, finally nice to meet you in person.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was awesome. If you're into trying new different food or would just like some amazing adobo and vibes, stop into Adobo Boy, where owners Ace, Jackie, and Red are amazing people who genuinely care about your experience there. Eddie, I know you know one thing about Adobo Boy. What it be?
I know more than one thing.
Oh, please tell.
Well, the things I know. One, you're going to get awesome food.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. Not that I've gotten a chance to have it personally, because I live far enough away that I haven't been able to get there. but I trust everybody that's been there has only had amazing things to say. 2, you have an amazing experience in general, the atmosphere, everything else. And to top it all off, you get 5% off just by dropping the promo code BDE Sports Talk Podcast. That's 5% off just by saying BDE Sports Talk Podcast. I mean, when you get amazing food, amazing atmosphere, and everything that comes in between, to get 5% off on top of that, can't beat it. Again, that's 5% off by saying BDE Sports Talk Podcast.
Yes, you checked off all the boxes. He gave us that 5% off, by the way.
What a
He has a put in there. He has we kind of talked about it. He has some plans he wants to have with us, and I am looking forward to that. So
heck yeah.
Adobo Boy is open Tuesday to Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch and 5 to 7:30 for dinner. And on Saturday, it is the same schedule, only 5 to 8:30 for dinner, except for this week because they took a much-needed vacation.
Awesome.
So good for them. Adobo Boy is located at 3740 28th Street, Southeast Kentwood, Michigan, and is inside the amazing Myanmar restaurant. Get there, get fed, get happy. It's always better at Adobo Boy.
When is their vacation?
So they were off. What's today? The 3rd. We recorded on the 3rd. So they're gone from the 1st to probably next week, the 7th.
So
We'll be
like
back
spring
Monday,
break.
So by the
Tuesday.
time people hear this, they'll be back.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
So go there now.
Yeah.
So let's get into this week's episode with some Lions news. Lions matched the offer sheet for Brock Wright, which was 3 years, $12 million. Dean, do you like the move?
I don't hate the move. They obviously have a lot of faith in Brock Wright. I didn't think they would match the offer just based on price tag, where their cap room will sit, whether they think they could get a guy that was similar or could do the same as Brock Wright. But, he's comfortable in the system. He blocks, he does whatever you ask him to. I mean, he's like what Dan Campbell was to the Lions when he was playing tight end. And I think that plays a role too. He wears the same number. I like the move. I mean, they needed a backup tight end, and he checks all the boxes when it comes to being on the field. So,
Yeah, no, it makes sense. It's not even that much more money than they were going to pay him originally. I think they had offered a 1 year, 2 point something over 5, over 2.5, and the contract with the Niners was a guaranteed $6 million. So over 2 seasons. What are we talking about as far as guaranteed money goes? I mean, it's basically the same. He just gets an extra year, and to him, it probably feels like they definitely wanted to keep him. So I think it's good all around. But yeah, glad to see Brock Wright back.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with Dean. I didn't think they were going to match it. Which means they probably want to keep veteran presence in a way, and they don't really have to worry about a tight end if they don't see best player available, especially if you got Laporta anyway. So, so who do you think they draft in the first round, fellas?
well, there's
What do you
scenarios
got?
to that.
What do you got?
How many do you want? I've got options.
Who wants to start, Eddie or Dean?
Go ahead, man. Okay. Well, depending on what they really feel like they need, I know edge has been something that they've been really eyeballing as far as prospects go this year. So I wouldn't mind if the cards fell in the right place. They traded up and took Darius Robinson out of Missouri. I mean, dude's 6'5", 296. Had 43 tackles, 8.5 sacks. You can't teach it. He was first team All SEC. I mean, and I know you guys like the PFF grade, so he had an 83.1 through his senior year, or I don't know if it was senior year, but his last season at Missouri. I mean, he'd probably be a decent complimentary piece to Hutch. I think any edge rush that they take, people are going to say they're a complimentary piece to Hutch, which I mean is fair. So I think that could be a guy they look at. But they'd have to trade up and things would have to fall in the right place. If they're going to stay, I'm going to stick with edge and say like maybe I said it before, but it's Latu out of UCLA.
Yeah.
Yep. He had a solid career. The only thing that worries me about him is that he did have like a major injury concern, basically retiring him from football a couple of years ago.
That's something Brad likes.
He does like, and it shows some grit that he was willing to come back. And then he played 2 years, had 23 and a half sacks over those 2 seasons at UCLA. But then you worry like, it's not like a fragile thing that happened to him, you know what I mean? Or a non-fragile thing that happened to him. So you never know, stuff like that. I'll leave a few prospects on the board for you guys.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's all good, man.
Oh. Well, all right. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I got one. His name's Kool-Aid. And with the whole Cam Sutton thing, I mean, that's assuming he would fall to 29.
Right.
I mean, I know they need edge. You know, they need outside help on the defense, but I do like McKinstry. It brings him back with Brian Branch. You know, I'm assuming obviously they do their homework, so I'm not too worried about it. I don't think he falls to 29, but that's I mean, we got Davenport now, so
the Cards would have to fall in the right spot to get Kool-Aid.
Right.
You have to
and
fall.
Who knows? Who knows what they do? You know, if anything, we know that Brad keeps close to the vest. So
it's true.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. Yeah. Draft wise, I mean, he's seen some guys projected, like Chop Robinson has been, sometimes projected to the Lions. I'm not sure that's the perfect fit for them. I think he's more of a 3-4 outside linebacker kind of guy. But who knows? I mean, Kool-Aid also has been projected. That'd be interesting to see. Cooper DeJean or DeJean. I don't remember how they say
the only
it.
white corner in the NFL.
Yeah, they say he could be the best safety in this draft, but he also certainly could play corner in the NFL. They believe he could play corner in the NFL.
I love
but
the
with
joke.
Oh yeah,
they don't even let white guys play the position.
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. I think with kick returns coming back, I mean he might be a nice piece there if that is somebody. I mean, corners are hard to take here because we need or want a starter at 29. That's tough. But trust Holmes in the scenario. He was big on Devin Witherspoon last year, and Devin Witherspoon became a solid starter. And so if he sees a corner he likes there, I would be inspired. I mean, I know the kid to trade up. I wouldn't mind if they traded up for the kid from Toledo, Quinyon Mitchell. I know he played at Toledo, but at the same time, kid's a stud. I mean, he's PFF's 10th highest rated prospect. That'd be kind of exciting. A guy before Brock Wright got injured, I thought was an intriguing idea, which is certainly not going to happen now because in some mocks he'd been dropping quite a bit, was Brock Bowers. And I thought that would be a very interesting and a really nice pick, actually, for the offense. But with Brock Wright back, it'd be tough to see that happening. So I think now, to me, I still think Jackson Powers Johnson's going to be available right then. The center guard out of Oregon. I think he kind of fits the kind of guy they're looking for. And they're going to need that versatility moving forward, especially Ragnow gets hurt, Glasgow. He could just pencil in right as a starter. He's the first, not that this really matters, but I thought I read this. He was the first Pac-12 player to win the Remington Trophy. So maybe the only one to have ever done it, because I doubt the Pac-12's ever coming back. So
well,
I like that as a pick. I know it's offense. We need defense, but at the same time, that kid's a real tough player at a position we're going to need versatility at moving forward.
Yeah, there was another guy out of Duke on the offensive line that I had heard
He's a
could be
center.
there. Yeah, I
Mhm.
guess he's kind of a utility guy as well. He kind of go back and forth if they were looking for best available. He might still be there if you're looking offensive line. So
If he's there, he's probably the dude. I mean, it depends on
right,
Brad Holmes' evaluation at that point, but
for sure.
A good little. We'll kind of get into it more as we get closer. We're about 3 weeks out, and we will keep up on that and see how things go. So I was thinking about with what I said about Kool-Aid McKinstry, and it's like, yeah, well, they did just pick up Amik Robertson. And
I mean, yeah, is Kool-Aid going to be better than Amik Robertson in year one? It's so hard to know.
Right.
And I was going to mention his name too
And
before
Davis.
you brought it up. So I mean, I could see a plus.
And I was going to mention him before that even.
Right. Plus, you got to think of the advertising for that guy. You know what I mean? Like, make a lot of money off that name. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So how excited are you guys for April 15th when they unveil the new jerseys? You guys pretty excited about that?
Of course. I mean, it's always sweet when the new jerseys come out. I mean, I was excited for the helmet. That's just one piece of the pie, which didn't really match the Color Rush jerseys, but I still thought the helmet was sweet. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I assume they're going to go blue. be my guess, right? I've seen some like version. I wouldn't hate that.
I've seen it. I've seen a concept with all black.
Scary.
That's their Color Rush with that helmet, the blue helmet.
I think I've seen that same thing too. I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
What do you have in your mind? Like, what are you thinking? Yeah, like in your mind, do you have like anything?
No, we did this the last time with the helmet.
Do you have anything in your mind?
Yeah.
No.
it pans to a video.
That's a tough search.
And it's just like a stick figure lion.
I just turned off my camera. I was just like, I don't know, man. I mean, all the jerseys kind of look similar. I mean, a lot of them these days are just like usually just one straight color when it comes to those Color Rush jerseys. So, I mean, I wouldn't mind go with the blue jersey, maybe do some gray stripes on the side or something, or I don't know, man. I'd have to see. I'd have to have options and then look at what the like. I need a designer guy that's going to design jerseys for me, and I'll look at those and then I'll decide.
I have a vision in my head.
I have a vision that I'm trying to reach, and I just can't put it on paper.
I don't know. I think there's only so much you can do. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, really, I'm just super curious to see what it is. Apparently, they've been working on these for a couple years. Rod Wood thinks people will be excited. I think we all want to know if they plan to use that shade of blue from the new helmets. I'm really looking forward to it because I can't really imagine what could be that different that would make us excited, as Rod Wood said. But, I guess we'll see. Outside of the jerseys, there's one thing I wanted to see if you guys had heard or read about with DJ Reader when he was in town. Did you see or hear that story at all?
I thought you were going to bring up if they're going to have blue jock straps.
They do. Honolulu.
No,
I didn't see it.
So like when he came to Detroit, he got there at like 8:00, and then it was towards the end of the day, and he's like calling his agent, when's my flight out of here, whatever. And the agent was like, well, the team said they're taking care of that. And he goes, well, it's 5:00 and I've been here since 8. I'm really just trying to, I want to get back to the crib, whatever. And he goes to like leave, and like a guy who works for the Lions like stepped in front of him, is like, you're not leaving till we get this deal done. Or something like that. Yeah. It's something like that, man. It's DJ Reader was talking about it with somebody, but I thought that was
That was the
pretty
only
cool.
reason he signed the contract, huh? It's 'cause
Could
that
be
guy
like,
scared
yeah,
him
you
enough.
either stay in here forever or you can go home and sign the contract.
Yeah, you can just go.
I don't know. What do you
Well,
think, Bill? What do you think about the jerseys?
I'm excited. I can't wait. I you got me intrigued with the whole shade of blue on the helmet.
Hmm.
I like that blue. I like the blue they have, the Honolulu blue they have now.
Of course.
He said something about looking to their history with a new twist, and it just I don't know
They
what
bust
that
out
could
the
be.
red.
It's completely switch it up.
Yeah.
Just brand new color scheme.
No, what was that? The Spartans? Were they Spartans?
The Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Spartans.
Yeah.
They were like
I
red,
think it was-
red and
yeah.
white.
That'd be great. A lot of people didn't like the old school logo on the side of the helmet. So
Because they're lame, dude.
Like the lion's
That
too
helmet was
skinny.
sweet.
It's like, come on.
It's too skinny.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, it's from the freaking 30s, dude. Like, what do you-
I also saw like a concept of like a 90s ish, a modern 90s jersey. And then people were like, that's just an era and a time of losing. And I'm like, that doesn't pertain to today though. It's just a jersey. Like
That was scary, dog.
And those are Barry Sanders.
We weren't losing.
Not a
Yeah,
lot.
Not like that.
Yeah.
So, well, also sporting cool unis, but they're just a bad team are the Pistons. As we keep posted on the chase for 16, the race to 16. Not looking great.
Let's go,
lost one.
boys.
They lost one and won one this last week. They're losing by 20 to Atlanta in the third right now.
They got nothing to play for.
Has your stance changed? Cade's played pretty well though.
Cade has played well.
Cade's played pretty well.
He's trying to get moved.
Yeah, this is a prove it contract type of thing for him.
He's like, Troy Weaver's still here.
yeah,
Or maybe he's trying to get that, that max with the team, because I mean that's
Supermax
the
or
most
whatever.
money he can make is the supermax with the team that drafted you. So
right. Yeah, but does he want?
he is the best
He's
player
ho-
on the team.
He's hoping to get Supermax, then get traded away with the Supermax, so that way he can have
Probably.
The money still. I wouldn't blame him. Has my stance changed on whether they can make 16?
Yeah.
No, it hasn't. I still don't think they can get to 16.
Well, they play Memphis and then they play Brooklyn.
Sounds like two losses to me.
Sounds like a dub to this guy. Yeah, no, my stance hasn't changed either. Eddie, I'm assuming you're the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure they can get it. 6 of the last 7 are all on the road too, man. I mean, out of the 7 games, 6 on the road. Not that it's super tough. The one home game is against the Bulls, who have accounted for 15% of all our wins this year. We've beat them 2 out of 3. Could beat them. Could beat the Spurs. Another game against the Grizzlies, who should have beat the other night. I mean, honestly, and then maybe beat the Nets. Definitely lose to the Mavs, Sixers, and I said Hawks, which obviously that's happening. But, 13 mil. Monty gets a year. Right now he's making $1 million per win. He should probably go. He won't because of the contract. I'm just upset. When you talk about the Pistons, I get upset because Tom Gore should be spearheading this revival, his 2 weeks ahead of us type of thing, and Troy Weaver's still in charge. And it scares me because we're going to come up on $60 million in cap space, and Troy Weaver is still the general manager. And we're coming up on what a lot of NBA critics are saying is one of the worst drafts we've had in a really long time, as far as talent goes.
This is when they'll let the Pistons get the number 1.
Oh
pick.
no, we'll get number 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get some
Yeah.
Euro kid.
Yeah.
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 Same with free agency. I mean, we went over free agency a couple months ago, and I was like, oh well, not much is there either. You know, you talked about Klay Thompson and
Dude, trade our number one pick to like the Knicks or somebody stupid who will take it, and get their next year's first or plus another play. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't see where this is. And I think Ivy's probably going to be a piece that's going to have to get traded, or Cade. Cade's our most valuable asset. But Ivy, I'm not even sure he'd be a starter on another team.
Yeah.
Which is heartbreaking for a number 5 overall pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially with the history he has with the city and stuff like that. You
it
really
seemed
was
like a
rooting
dream
for
come
him.
true.
Yeah. I mean, and it still could be. It still could come true. We'll wake up from this nightmare eventually. Maybe Blake Griffin will come back for another round. That'd be nice.
Maybe we could trade for Luka.
We'll give you everybody and all our picks for the next 5 years.
Speaking of basketball, did you guys happen to watch? I didn't get to. I've just been kind of reading about it. Did you watch the women's Iowa LSU game at all?
No, I was going to, but I was watching the Tigers and the Red Wings.
I was going to, then I just went about my life.
I was like, oh yeah, I should check that out because it was the rematch between LSU and Iowa. But no, I didn't. I didn't catch it. Had a lot of viewership though. I saw it set records for that.
Yeah. If you're a WNBA, Eddie, did you? No. If you're a WNBA team, do you take Angel Reese at 2?
I don't.
Is that Bucher's kid coming out? I mean, that UConn girl.
Yeah,
she's pretty sweet too.
Well, my thing is like Angel Reese is super marketable right now. Even if she's not like, and the WNBA needs marketability with almost anybody. You know what I mean? Like
they better kick up some money for Caitlin Clark.
Well, she's going to be in that Big 3 league. I saw Ice Cube had offered her $5 million.
Well, dude, yeah. I mean,
it's like that's such a good move for her if she does it. I mean, she should. That's more than her entire NBA contract.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, dude, if she does that, and if she kills it in the Big 3, she could potentially get a shot at an NBA roster.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And that would be huge. Plus, she'll make an incredible amount more money than she'll make in the WNBA.
Yeah. Especially being the first female in the NBA.
Just going to the Big 3.
Yeah,
she's going to make an incredible amount more than just going to the WNBA.
Yeah.
Plus, if she kills it.
Yeah, they said that's the contract Ice Cube offered her is more than what she'd make in her entire career in the WNBA.
Yeah, $5 million. They make 76. The top 4 picks in WNBA make $76,000.
Yeah, and like the highest paid player right now is like 200,000. I think something around 200,000, which is that's a ton of money to play basketball. But I mean, in comparison to the NBA, but ratings, popularity. They could bring in ratings for, I had saw a thing where they'd said, that's how the NBA started. They almost got shut down, and it took a rookie class of, I don't know if it was like the Jordan class, with all those guys in it, but
it's like Magic and Larry and
right. Guys. Yeah. And, and that turned them around, and that's what, this could be the start of something that turns the entire, WNBA around. You never know.
You never know, man. When the WNBA turns a profit, that'll be something, man. That'd be really good.
Yeah, it'd be good for them.
Yeah, but I mean, how many how many Caitlin Clarks are going to come into your league too? You know what I mean? I understand
that one to get more, man.
True, but I mean, there's only one LeBron, one Jordan, but there's also KD and
well, I mean, if she's dropping 60 a night, people are going to watch. If she's just dominating, I mean, she's already dropping 40 a night in college. So Man,
Man,
she's just
40 a
hammering
night, bro.
If she's just hammering it down, hammering
I think
those
that was her
threes down.
9th 40-point game this year.
Ah, whatever, man. It's the same. This year,
That's still a
Well-
lot.
it's a ton. She's just
So-
dropping them all the time, every day.
So, do you take the Bayou Barbie at number 2
Probably.
just
I
to
had-
market?
I had
Who's
seen
got the number
she-
2 pick?
I have no idea.
She,
Well,
I had seen
Come
she
on,
gets
man.
a lot of rebounds, and I'd seen something
We don't know
where
what
she gets
team
these
needs they got.
rebounds because she gets her own rebounds off the miss. So I don't know.
no, I mean
Team needs.
that's
The
pretty
team
much the
needs
two
something.
players in the WNBA, and that's why it makes it tough to market. Is you have the shooters, and you have the tall ladies down low.
Mhm.
That's pretty. I mean, that's the game. Either they're shooting or on the outside, or they're dishing it to the tall chick down in the post. I mean, when I haven't watched a lot, but when I've watched, that's what it is.
Right.
It's like classic.
So it's like,
The Los
yeah, I
Angeles-
mean, the Sparks.
yeah.
Ooh, they could use her. They could use her. Plus, she's already got the purple leg thing, leg sleeve.
I mean, she'd be perfect for LA.
Yeah.
Regardless of basketball. So all right. Well, from one Tiger to the
Duh.
next. What?
Does the Bus family still own the Sparks?
I haven't kept up on my WNBA owners.
I could see
lately.
Jeannie Buss. I could see Jeannie Buss being big on Angel Reese.
Oh yeah. If I were LA, I'd just take her at 2.
yeah, it's probably the move.
Well, from one Tiger to the next, it's time for the first ever Tigers Weekly Update.
Wow.
Well, the fellas are still one of 2 teams undefeated. And even though they were close wins, they're still good, tough wins with a sweep of Chicago and a win against the Mets. Fellas,
So
have you
good
caught
and
any?
so tough.
Fellas, have you caught any of that 4-0 action?
Yeah, a little bit. It's definitely. I don't want to say surprised, but I mean it is a little bit. I mean their pitching has been great so far. I mean, and obviously that's been a big reason why they're going off to such a good start. I mean, they have a few guys that have hitting pretty well even in limited time, like Ibanez and who was it, Ursula. And then I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. I feel bad of it. Little Mermaid style.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's close.
Ursula.
I think it's Urshela.
Urshela, whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Ursula.
And then Carpenter and Canna have both played really well so far. So I mean, it's good to see. We'll see what happens for the rest of over the next couple of weeks.
He's like, I hate you. I hate you guys.
Why do I even talk?
Yeah. I mean, shut it. You can't complain about 4-0. The pitching's been top notch. I don't know if Dean said that or not. Just kidding. With the bullpen pitching at an elite level through the first 4 games. I mean, the bullpen through those 4 games, they've pitched 17 innings, given up 1 earned run with 19 strikeouts. I mean, that's about as good as you can do. The bats have got to come alive, obviously, because this pitching can't be sustained. If the pitching keeps up like this mostly, and the bats start swinging true, I mean, these guys should have a handle on the division. But, there's still only 158 games left. So it's tough to say right now, but they got to hit. If they don't start hitting,
So what you're saying is too early to talk playoffs?
no, it's not. it's never too early to talk playoffs. Right now, they're solidly in. They're division winners. They're hosting playoff games right now.
It's true. That's true. Number 1 seed in the American League.
Can't beat it. That pitching's got a hold, though, dude. I mean, it's been as good as you can do. Dean,
Right.
what did you think about the pitching?
It was good.
Some would say top notch. Tigers play the Mets, A's, and the other undefeated team, Pittsburgh, this week. So good luck to the fellas. And let's just go from a new, fresh season to one that's nearing its end. It's time for the weekly Red Wings update. So the boys went 1-1-1 this week with a shutout loss to Carolina, a shootout loss to a tough Florida team, and a huge win against Tampa. The fellas return home for 3, and they are must wins against the Rangers, Buffalo, and probably the biggest one of the 3, Washington. After that, big win in Tampa. Well, first off, they're tied with Washington, but Washington still has one more game than they do. So I think they're both at 82 points. After that big win in Tampa, you feeling the push to make the playoffs? Eddie, we'll start with you.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you said, it's a big 3-game homestand coming up right now.
Huge.
Washington's done us some favors by losing 3 in a row.
Mhm.
Can't keep counting on that. And like you said, the biggest part of that is playing Washington. Is probably the biggest part of that is playing Washington at the end of that homestand. So we'll see. You know, I think the betting odds had the Red Wings ahead of the Caps. I think they had them actually ahead of the Flyers, who are not even in the wild card right at this second. Close, but they're not. So I found that interesting. They're taking the home games into effect, and we've played mostly the toughest teams during that stretch, although the Rangers and Sabres are no joke. But I thought it was kind of funny that your boy Perron got that goal over Tampa after you're just dogging him last
I
week.
wasn't the only one.
You're the only one I heard.
Well, yeah, that's fair. But
Perron's the GOAT, and you're sitting there
Oh,
dogging him, and he's getting us that goal.
I mean, it's like that every time I say something, because I brought up Sherratt. It was like 2 months ago, and he ended up getting a game winner the night after, 2 nights after. So
We'll talk
Hey.
trash about somebody right now. Would you so we can get
I've
a
been
game
talking
winner?
trash about Petrie. He ain't listening.
Dude, he had a night. He stopped a real nice goal from going in, though, the other night.
Maybe he's listening. He ain't listening. He still sucks. Dean, how you feeling? You think they make it? You think they make the playoffs? Big push?
I'd like to think so. I mean, it with anything else, it's going to take a little bit of luck, and they just need to keep playing their game. Every game's important, obviously, especially coming down here at the stretch. So they just need to, play the guys that need to play. I saw they had Edvinson in towards the end of the game the other night, closing it out, which I thought was a good move. I mean, I think they're starting to realize that they just need to get their better guys out on the ice, even if they have less experience. So yeah, they just need to keep playing their game and just, hope a little bit of luck happens as well.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, he's top 5 defenseman in the organization right now. Why he hasn't been up the whole year is beyond me. But what do you do? He's up now. So
Yeah. It's fresh.
I wonder if he played the rest of the year, if he would still be classified as a rookie next year.
How many games has he played in total? Is there an amount?
Not sure. I think there might be an amount. But I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Yeah.
So you like him to win Rookie of the Year if possible,
Right.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be sick. So, we've been talking about it all year anyway, but So good luck to the fellas this week. If they can take 2 or 3, that'd be huge, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be huge.
So,
Cody Rhodes, finish the story, man.
finish. So, well, great episode, fellas. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you liked this week's video, hit the video below me to watch last week's episode and click on the logo to subscribe. Everyone, have a great week.
Sports Talk.